Damn it! So I'm just on the way to the shop to pick up some nice little treats for Brendon. Bless him, he had an accident at football last night and he got headed in the back of his head and it split his head open and we had to take him to hospital to get stitches.
I tried to make a cap for you.
Oh. Cheers, say thanks to the doctor. Cheers. Bye bye.
And now they've signed him off work for a week and he's lying on the sofa with a headache and sore bit. So I'm just going to try and get him some nice things to make it a bit more comfortable. So I thought I'd take you with me and then I'll grab an afternoon snack and video a little bit whilst I have it. Right, let me show you what I got Bren. Ham and rolls. The white rolls are for me. I eat white, he eats brown, and that's fine. Boost are like our favourite chocolate bars from the UK, and I didn't know you could get them in Dubai, but yes, just found them. San Pellegrino he loves. Baked beans and sausages. Chili mayonnaise. Milk, of course, although it's only really me who drinks milk. And then carrots, because Brendon wants to make a Scottish dinner tonight, which is mince and tatties, which I've never had. It sounds to me just like mince meat with mashed potato on the side. If I can remember later, I'll take a picture of it when he makes it. And then I've picked myself up a blueberry muffin. So I've actually had loads of questions recently about what kind of meal plan I follow and like how structured it is, whether I can just pick things up spontaneously, whether I can eat intuitively, do I count calories, all of this. So I'll just eat this and then I'll talk about my meal plan. Let's put the aircon on. Oops, oh, damn it. I was gonna say it's got a goo on it, but now the goo's all over me. Obviously gonna eat it bottom first. Okay, so I'm not gonna share like the full details of my meal plan. Obviously everyone has like such different needs that it wouldn't apply to people anyway, but general approach. So I do still follow a meal plan, but it's not a rigid written out these are the certain meals for a certain day kind of thing. It's more for the general structure of like a 3 meals 3 snacks. I still don't think I'm quite ready for intuitive eating, so it's more of like a guideline for me really these days, which is a big change. Like when I first started out in recovery, I was so rigid and strict and stuck to it was actually the exact same foods every single day, but like I had a lot more fear in place back then, so I kind of needed that structure and I needed all choice taken away from me. So I just knew when I came to eat, like, this is what you eat. Yeah, a bit less opportunity for anorexia to sneak in. But happily now I'm like getting quite a lot more flexible in my meals. So if one night we like couldn't be bothered to cook, for example, we could just get a takeaway and that would be dinner. Or I could have like wine with a meal and I wouldn't have to work it in or make the calories up somewhere. I don't know, we could go out for breakfast, for example, and that would just be my breakfast. So that muffin I picked up because I'm out. I went past Starbucks and I thought, okay, I'll just have a muffin for my snack. But then in my head, I still am following that structure of like meals and snacks. So yeah, I still wouldn't say I'm completely intuitive or free, but I'm following a structured plan, but with flexibility in it. Obviously, I'm not saying this so that other people think, okay, I'll go out and follow this as well, but I'm just aware that I talk a lot about recovery and I would have a lot of questions about my food if I was watching me, to be honest. So yeah, I just want to share a bit to show like where I'm at, I guess, but I don't want to be too specific, and obviously I'm not a dietitian or a doctor or anything, and like people shouldn't be copying what I'm doing. I'm just... The other thing I don't do is count calories, which is so hard, honestly, because I know it all in my head. So quite often I just automatically count what things are. Like I can guess what that muffin would have been, but I really try to make an effort to not let it impact my food decisions. And I'm trying to just see food as food. Like I'm having an afternoon snack, I would like a muffin, that would be nice. And if I was at home, maybe I would have a chocolate bar or avocado and crackers. And like, I'm aware that those things are all different amounts of calories, but I try to just choose food as food and not be guided by numbers. And certainly not to then try and like balance my numbers out across the day and compensate and make up for things. And oh my God, that's freaking exhausting. And like, food is just food. We're not robots, and our lives aren't like an algorithm of food and intake and what yesterday was compared to today and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's really boring, honestly. And I know it's hard not to do it, but yeah, I don't know, what life do you want to live? Like, I really don't want to spend the rest of my life counting and tracking and balancing and compensating and planning and yeah. And I know some people follow like the mini mord, or they count calories, whatever. Like, again, everyone's plans are individual. Just for me, counting calories in the past has been a torture and something I've wanted to move away from. So I never count a full day now, ever. And if my head starts, I'm like, stop, straight away, like, go and do something else. I don't count meals, we just cook dinners. I don't know how much is in them. I've got Brendon as well, who's my husband, if you're new to the channel, his guidance. And that has been so helpful for me, honestly, like having other people's help and support. And like at the beginning of my recovery from this relapse, Brendon actually took total control of the kitchen, and he cooked and portioned and decided all of our meals, and I was not involved in it at all, because I just needed choice to be taken away from me. And like, any opportunity anorexia would have had to swoop in and make some decisions, like, it was more helpful to me to just have those opportunities taken away from me. But that is actually getting a lot better. Like, I can cook dinners for us now, and I won't miss ingredients out, or like, I don't know, force Brendon to eat a salad or something. But then sometimes I still might need his help around like portioning or something, if I'm tempted to load my plate up with vegetables and salad, or yeah, somehow like not give myself as much. Like, yeah, honestly, sometimes I still need his help a little bit. Eating out's been helpful for that as well, because it takes the decisions away from you. Like, restaurants portion normal food which normal people go and eat, so that was helpful for me to break some of my fears of like, yeah, portioning and cooking proper meals without making my own little like anorexic version of a meal that has like had substitute ingredients, or like just totally clean missed whole ingredients out, and then you end up with some shitty little anorexic version of what would have been a nice meal. What else? Oh, I've also still got a couple of fear foods left. And I've challenged quite a lot of things, really, and I have so much more freedom around food. Like, most people wouldn't even know that I would have an issue with food, but I know I've still got fears and like foods that I try and avoid. And I guess really that's anorexia's still got a foot in the door. Like, even though my eating disorder bubble's expanded and I've got a lot more freedom and flexibility around food, like, I definitely still have rules, and I'm definitely still in a bubble. So I think it's just that letting go thing, like not clinging on to anything, like whether it's a little routine or time of having to eat, or a certain food that you're scared of, clothes that you're holding on to, needing to keep your weight at a certain level, or having to fit a certain size jeans. Like, as long as you're holding on to something, even if it's tiny, you still have a bit of an eating disorder. Like, I really don't think I can hold on to any forms of restrictions or rules or whatever, because I can't be moderately eating disordered. Like, given my history and experiences and like where I am in my life, I kind of like, I don't know, I think I totally have to let go, to be honest. I think it all has to go, or I'll always be in a little eating disorder bubble, or prison. More than a bubble. So I hope that answers some questions you might have when you watch me talk each week and eat some of my food, like to see how it's actually fitting into like my life. It's definitely still way too big a part of my life and my day, honestly. Like, a lot of my thoughts still focus on my food and what I'm gonna eat. Yeah, I don't think food should have as much power or control in my life as it does, but I don't know, we're getting there. Keep going with whatever plan you're on. Like, I would say, don't be afraid to ask for help if you need some like choices and opportunities taken out of your hands. Like, been there. And also maybe don't try and like rush through recovery. Like if you're not able to intuitively eat yet, like don't worry, I'm not. And I still need a bit of structure to follow to make sure anorexia doesn't creep back in. And I do still need some help sometimes with like portioning. Yeah, everyone's at different stages and everyone has different needs. So just keep doing what you're doing and keep eating consistently, giving your body what it needs to get itself healthy. And it takes a while as well, like annoyingly. You've got to be patient too. Just at the traffic lights, I remember something really funny. I had a really bad week last week and Brendon, bless him, went to the supermarket and bought me a load of really nice stuff, like I've just done for him, some of my like favourite things, really cute. He bought me like some flowers and my favourite chocolate bar, some watermelon, pineapple, and then one of the things he bought was fabric softener. And he's like, I thought you really liked your clothes being soft and smelling nice. Which I do, but isn't that so cute?
You're cooking it.
No, I'm not pretending I'm cooking it. I've already said it's you cooking it. So we didn't have a potato masher in the end, so Brendon's made chilli.
I cooked it.
I'm not pretending it was me.
Was it Meg?
It was not Meg. So he's made chilli instead and rice. And Brendon's doing the portions for us. Thanks, Brenny.
Double portions.
With his head bandage on. Same portions.
After getting knocked to the head, I'm going big time portions here.